Hey everybody, my name's Alfred. This is another one of my Clockwork Empires playthroughs. This one is revision 36, and this is actually part 2. So I published part 1 not so long ago. And the way I thought it would be best to do things now is I discuss all the new stuff that comes with each stable build in part 1 of each series. Then each installment thereafter can be just me playing and farting around. I'll still point out new stuff. I realize there's some stuff I forgot to point out last time. But if you wanted a specific rundown of the things that were included in the patch, then I suggest you watch part 1. Part 2 is a terrible place to start on a series. So we've got our newest little colony up and running. You can see I've got the bamboo plantation growing in the middle. As I recall, I wanted brick, but I had no clay, which is why I'm building this mine here. Oh, it's another iridescent beetle. That's a new thing. I don't know, I actually don't know what the difference is between the two different kinds of little beetles that were added this patch. The iridescent ones are the shiny green ones, and then the regular beetles are the black ones. You can hunt them and slaughter them both for 1 raw beetle steak each. I don't know if there's actually a functional difference. Well, I guess we'll see. In the meantime, I'm not going to assign any more major jobs until maybe this mine is up and running. So the mine needs planks. Now one little quirk about the stockpile system, or all the commodities you can see here, is that this commodities lists materials that have been reserved for building. So this 11 planks in the stores represents all the planks. So even these 7 planks that have been placed in here, as well as I guess 4 additional ones that are in my actual stockpile. So when it says I have 11 planks in storage and my mine needs 7 more, that actually means I need 7 more planks. Which I should make sure that the carpentry is making. So it's a little bit complicated, but the carpentry has a standing order to maintain 7 planks in the stockpile at all times. But remember, that counts planks that have been placed. So I'm actually going to up this. And hopefully that means they'll produce enough planks to finish the mine, and then we'll randomly get some ores, hopefully some of which will be brick. And yeah, then we can make our refinery and stuff. Gonna take some criminals because I need the workers. Look about, let's put you in here. So if we look up here, I've got, so it says here I've got 5, of my 7 work crews, 5 are idle, or 4 are idle. But what that really means is that 4 of them do not have ongoing workshop jobs. They're still, well, they might still be doing stuff, like hauling goods, like these random, these cut logs in the forest, back to the stockpiles, for instance, or construction, or foraging, if I previously assigned colonists to, like, grab food out of the jungle. I don't believe those count as legitimate work crew occupations. So even if they're doing that stuff, it's not counted in the idle work crews count. Still waiting on planks. Oh, wait a second. Maybe not. Right, so the mine superstructure has been built. but of course the actual mine shafts. I guess this blueprint count is inaccurate. Anyway, the mine shaft modules themselves have to be built. I believe they're made out of planks and iron sheets. What do I need? Better take some food just to be sure. I'm not going to assign a work crew to the mine just yet. Huh. Fishman got into the middle of the town and he was demolishing bamboo. I'm actually a little bit concerned about our food situation, so I'm going to set up an actual farm plot for actual food. Let's see. I guess here will be fine. What our colonists want to eat. Well, can't go wrong with corn, I guess. Or maize. How are we doing for jobs? Okay, that's a good amount. I figure as long as the number of jobs I have doesn't exceed the first page, I haven't overloaded my colonists. Each job here in the job list is broken into sub-tasks, just so you can see what's getting done and who's doing what. I've got a couple more bolts of cloth, so I figure I can build, because I've got people sleeping on the floor, right? I think I can build maybe another cot or two here or there. A thing to note, it used to be that you'd pick a module off the list, click on it, and then click on its location, and then if you wanted to place another copy of the same module, you would have to go back to the menu, click it again, and then click to place it a second time, which was a bit of a pain in the ass when you were trying to build like 5 stoves. At present, the game now supports shift clicking to place multiple copies of the same module. And most recently, so revision 36, you know, you can rotate a module with the F key. You can, the shift click copy of your multiple module will actually preserve the rotation. So just a little bit of UI refinement there. I see our mine shaft is complete. First one's been built, second one is almost done. I think now it's appropriate to assign a crew to the mine. As soon as I can click in here somewhere. Nope, having trouble clicking the mine. That's weird. Well, clearly I can click other... there we go. Alright, Mr. Drummel's Prim Crucibles, you shall work in the mine. Alright, with the mine up and running, I think I'm going to build a chapel. I'm not going to build the rest of the metal smithing facilities yet. Chapel couldn't hurt, right? All praise the holy cog. I'm going to make it vaguely cross-shaped. Meh. Actually, let's not. Wait a second. This building requires quite a lot of brick. So I will not build chapel until I have some more brick. I've got 4 brick in the stockpile, but I haven't mined up any. Yeah, better not. What can I do in the meantime? I guess eventually I will need more beds. Wonder if a textile workshop is a good idea. Let's see. Yep, okay. That's probably a better idea. The textile workshop only requires... Oh, wait a second. Oh, I guess that's a new thing. The construction requirement, if you look on the bottom left there, construction requirements, those now scale according to the size of the building. The way it used to be was that buildings could be built of any arbitrary size and they would all cost the same. Or they would be quite cheap to build. So people would build gigantic buildings to also double as their town walls. That was... I think that was not the way the devs intended it to be. So look, if I build a smallish chapel, right? 6 planks, 3 bricks. But if I build a big chapel, 29 planks, 15 bricks, which I'm clearly not going to build a chapel of that size. Huh. Edwina Ironwood seems rather unhinged recently. Is this, yes. What's bothering you? Her mind was overcome by maddening visions? Oh, she discovered a weird artifact. Where? I must have missed the alert. Let's check the commodities here. Well, it says she discovered a weird artifact, but it didn't get put into our stockpiles. Which makes me wonder... Oh, by the way, here's a dead iridescent beetle. If she left it for somebody else to retrieve. Another thing I've been trying to do is I've been trying to research strange artifacts in my playthroughs. That's rather difficult to do because, among other things, they require a lot of things to fall into place. I think I will build a small chapel, actually. I can let the military autonomously handle 3 fishmen. Yep, here we go. Let's make this a smallish chapel since I don't have a lot of brick. Here's my pulpit. Here's a chair. And that'll do for now. To have a greater abundance of everything. Also, I don't want this door here. Uh-oh. Well, I can see we're going to have some problems. I guess that'll do. The door was actually stuck to the cursor. And I can't place it. Huh. Well, I'm not quite sure what to do about that. So see, the module placer is still a little bit buggy. If I place it anywhere not attached to this building, it'll actually just become a floating door, which is kind of not what I want. But I can't place it here because the game isn't recognizing this as a legitimate location. Nope. 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 Well then. Nope. Alright, I'm just going to build my door to nowhere out here. And we're just going to ignore that and pretend it doesn't exist. But maybe now is a good time to remind folks this game is in early access. Even the devs would not yet consider it to be in beta. Many things are in development, subject to change, and clearly not finished. Oh, we've dug up some clay, so I can make some brick. 2 clay. Alright. So we'll go to our ceramics workshop. Put in an order for 2 brick. And actually I'm going to need a work crew in there. That door. How are fishmen getting into my bamboo... Okay, what do I need? Do I need 3 of anyone? Yeah, actually I think I need another overseer for more work crews. I'll pause the game here for a sec while I juggle work crews. Just gonna skim off some workers from some of the other parties. That's weird. I guess what happened was this lady was actually working in a mine shaft. So her portrait is invisible because she's not visible on screen. But she's here. Anyway, Zedok Grift... I can't even pronounce... Great Fipe Thin? Is that a man or a woman? He worships at the altar of Celestial Order. Okay. He is... apparently he's invisible. Well, that's a little bit buggy. Still, not the end of the world, I guess. Although it would be nice to have visible colonists. How's the kitchen doing? Seems to be pumping out stew, no problem. And my colonists are depositing all the fallen fishermen's spine guns here. There are quite a lot of them. Not surprising, because I've had to deal with a slow, constant trickle of fishmen. Let's, actually, I can take more criminals. And I'm going to forage some of the fungus here. Let's make sure they all got assigned to the right places. Yeah, alright, seems fine. So we turned those 2 clay cubes from earlier into brick, which is cool. And they put it here in this food stockpile, which I explicitly asked them not to. Oh, it looks like we've got some claw bulb growing in the bamboo fields. I think we're doing okay for food. Now that we've got a source of brick. Oh look, the soldiers are gossiping. I can start thinking about a refinery. So build a refinery, let's say out here. Again, I'll point out one of the new things, random bric-a-brac, like ground cover that's underneath a blueprint, gets marked for clearing automatically, which is a nice touch. Okay, so I've got this floor itself will require brick, so I think I'm going to stick with stone smelting and burning for now. Alright, that'll do. What I will need, of course, is a ton of stone. Nope, that's fallorite. Well, I've got a small amount of stone. Actually, no, I've got a whole bunch of stone. And I should be fine. If I had materials in greater abundance, if I had more brick and planks and things, I would have, in metal plates, I would have considered building the higher tier smelting and burning modules, because they function faster, right? But as it stands, I'm fine with this. I think I'm gonna have to consider building another stockpile soon. Okay, what do we need? I'm tempted to take food again. I think we're okay for materials. Yeah, I'd better take food. So prestige was 1, which is not exceptional. So we got the standard 10 items. Got a lot of fishman corpses everywhere. I think I'm going to send my colonists just butcher the fallen. Man, this bamboo stand is a really popular place for fighting. I suspect what's happening here, the corpses of the fishmen are making claw bulbs grow, and because they tend to die in the middle of town, I'm getting claw bulbs replacing bamboo, which is kind of bad because I'm relying on this bamboo stand to give me planks. Oh, and on top of that, they're actively destroying the bamboo. Okay, I need some fences. I guess I also need, is this chapel done? Yes, it is. Mrs. Ironwood, you are now our resident chaplain. You are, I should say, our vicar, and you have 3 congregants. I'm just going to steal one of your congregants. Oh yes, the invisible Zedok. Let's clear this out as best we can. Got kind of a lot of raw fishman steak, actually. So I've got a standing order for stew, but I'm also putting in a one-off order for steak. Fishman steak, that is. So had I left the stew at a higher priority than the steak, no steak would get made, because the stew accepts any food as an ingredient. So in this case, the fishman, fish person steak, which would have been grilled, would instead have gone into stew. So by switching their orders in the workshop interface, the fish person's steak now has a higher priority than the stew. And so my cooks will cook 5 steak first, if possible, before moving on to stew. So that's just a little bit about how the priority system works in workshop orders. Set up another stockpile, maybe here. Looks good. Actually, here we go. It's a big old general stockpile that does not accept food. So, this little gray broken cog icon means that the module, this particular module, has become damaged. So things require maintenance now. Things that are damaged are still usable, but they're on their way to becoming broken. And once they're broken, they can't be used. Damaged things can be repaired. They'll require one of the materials that was used in their construction. So in this case, the carpentry workshop will require timber. And that's just a spontaneous job. See here in the jobs list we have the repair module job. Someone will get around to it. So it's like farming and hauling. It spontaneously appears on this list and then it gets done by somebody. The next person with free hands. So Here we have an example of one new thing that came in with this revision. They're events. This is one of a number of events. This is the suspicious goods event. Henry Pater is actually one of the colonists. So this guy's name is always someone who's in the colony. And the idea is we can take some stuff, goods that fell off the back of a van. If we do, we lose a prestige point, or we should. That's actually not in the game yet. Or we can keep the prestige and not accept the thing. I'm going to accept the thing. Here it is in the parachute crate. Got some copper sheets and stone. And you'll see I didn't lose the prestige because that's I assume that's coming. It hasn't been implemented quite yet. This jerk is destroying my corn. And now his fallen body is going to cause Clawbulb to grow. This is really a no-win situation. Either he... Oh, and yes, the bandit raid. 4 bandits. Either he physically destroys the crops until my soldiers can kill him, but if his dead body happens to fall in the plantation, Clawbulb will grow there. Now, colonists will uproot Clawbulb. That is, colonists who are not cultists will uproot Clawbulb, but it will make them mad. And by mad, I don't mean insane. By mad, I mean upset. Ooh. It's a brutal fight at the edges of the corn. Uh-oh. Here we can see the reloading in action. Oh no, I lost Godolphus Cog. Let me just double check my military strength here. Well, probably, given the number of soldiers I have, it's probably best. Maybe I'll just put them all in the same squad. And next chance I get, I'm going to need more generic laborers. Oh, what's this? Oh, we dug up some peat. So that's a newish thing. I am definitely going to need more brick before I can finish this refinery. So in the last couple of revisions, smelting metals, so refining raw ores into ingots, and also turning wood into charcoal requires fuel. Fuel can come from a number of sources. There are obviously coal nodes that produce coal, which can be used for burning. There are also peat, which is found in swampy areas and can be randomly produced by this mine. And there's also charcoal, which you can make yourself by burning planks, or not planks, logs, in an oven, in this charcoal kiln. But yeah, so smelting and things of that nature, so I think the metal smithing forge and other forge type modules require fuel now. I'm going to ask the ceramic workshop actually to keep up a minimum level of brick at all time. So, as we can see, our colony is continuing to grow. Going's a little bit slower because of the biome and the constant harassment from fishmen, and the changed nature of resource gathering in revision 36. But I think making the process more involved also makes it a little bit more rewarding. You can appreciate the effort that goes into building like a refinery, and you appreciate the things it will eventually be able to produce. I'm going to cut this one off here for just to keep it this episode shortish. Again, this is Clockwork Empires. It's revision 36, released just the past week. My name's Alfred. Hope Well, thanks very much for watching. I hope this has been instructive. Have a good one.